Is it working? Hello? Hey everyone, if I could get your attention please. Just like to, we're gonna have a couple of people come up and kind of share their thoughts on this beautiful evening that we're having in celebration of Kyle and Katy. And my name's Andy. If you don't know me, you'll hear more from me in a few minutes. But first up is the father of the bride, Mark Robinson, and his wife, Debbie. So if you would please come up.
Thank you. Well, we would like to thank you all for being here for sure. And congratulations to Kyle and Katy. I want to say the pastor did a fine job. And I want to thank Kyle's parents for the rehearsal dinner last night. That was fantastic too. I know everybody had a good time. It's nice to meet your family. Look forward to the big family. And I'm going to keep it short.
First of all, I also want to say congratulations. I knew Katy always had deep feelings for Kyle, but what was a clincher was when Amber and Jack did. And once, you know, he won them over, I was there. So may y'all's marriage be fruitful, the love continue to grow, and the bond even stronger. I love y'all both.
Thank you. Next up is Joe Durand, father of the groom.
Yeah, I'm more into reading it. I can't do what Mark did, just extemporaneously do that. I try to keep it to, one page, so.
There's a small print there.
It is small print. First of all, I would also like to congratulate you both. That was a fantastic wedding, and I agree, Pastor Ben did a fantastic job, and wish y'all all the best. But I was thinking about what qualities in Kyle will make a good husband, and what has he demonstrated in his life that would show me that he has these kind of qualities. So I wrote a few of them down. Okay, first of all, loving. It's obvious that Kyle loves Katy. Every time he would speak to me about you, his face would light up. I haven't seen that in a long time. So I think he's got that one nailed. Patience, that's a good quality to have when you're married. I just want to point out that as a child, Kyle was a Lego fanatic. And if any of y'all know what Legos are, they have like hundreds of pieces with instructions that only have pictures and no words. So to have him sit there and do all that stuff, I think he's got the patience to take care of a family and take care of you. Smart, you need to be smart. Kyle, when he was a child, was reading children's books at 2.5. He enjoyed and did well in school. And he enjoyed playing computer games and hacking those games so that they looked different than what they were supposed to look like. But it was all had a purpose. As it turns out, he ended up graduated in the top 10% of his class, went on to UT, graduated with a computer science degree, and he's now employed at Intel straight out of college. And so I think that kind of proves that quality. Okay, resourceful. He was in the Cub Scouts, the Boy Scouts, and did the 10-day Philmont trek with Eric, I believe, right? Eric? Yep. And like 10 other boys, which thank God I did not have to go on that one. I just thought that'd drive me crazy. So anyway, he has survival skills. Should the zombie apocalypse occur, he will be able to take care of you, okay? Just listen to him, have the bug out bag, and you'll be fine. Good Good with kids. You got to be good with kids. Mark, Katy's dad, tells me Kyle's great with Ambry and Jack, and they really love him. They recently went on a 10-day camping trip, which, believe me, that can test this theory out, okay? And the fact that they all actually arrived together in one piece, that's saying something. He has to be handy around the house, okay? Any good husband is handy around the house. He has partially remodeled 2 houses and owns a third. So he'll have no excuses for fixing that squeaky hinge, okay? And not only that, if you don't need to buy any beer because Kyle knows how to brew beer. He's really meticulous at it, and I can't wait to see if you do another batch, okay? Maybe call this a wedding batch. So, I know a lot about how Kyle is thinking at the time based on what he's driving. And let me just explain a little bit. The beat-up blue truck. Okay, that's when he was learning to drive. So that was the first vehicle he owned. Took it to school. Okay, the red Beamer said, "Look at me, I'm not in the beat-up truck anymore." The Trans Am, "I'm fast and furious too." The really expensive BMW M3, "You want bling, I got bling." The Prius, "Can I really make money driving people around? No." The 4Runner, "I think I'm ready to settle down." Okay? And I always thought Kyle was going to be the consummate bachelor until he met Katy. They had known each other for years, and I think Kyle realized Katy had what he had been searching for all these years. Sometimes the best things in life are right in front of you. Kyle, I wish you and Katy all the happiness in the world. I know you'll take good care of Katy and Jack and Ambry. Let's please raise our glasses for a toast for the newlyweds.
I'm next. I didn't write anything down, and Joe took all the good card jokes. So I first met Kyle because he was giving a presentation for new employees at Intel, and I believe that you have a few moments in your life where you can reinvent yourself and commit yourself to a new path. And I was like, oh, he's probably one of the popular kids. I'll go hang out with him. So I went over to his cube and asked him if he wanted to go see a concert downtown. And he was like, yeah, okay. It's kind of weird. But then I've gotten to know Kyle so well, and we've seen each other through a lot of ups and downs, a lot of changes in life. And at every moment, Kyle is constantly trying to reinvent himself. He is always reading and learning and studying any subject that he commits himself to, like so thoroughly and so in depth that it's hard to keep up with, and so you just shouldn't try. But when Katy re-entered Kyle's life, it was a commitment unlike anything else. It was without compare from his journeys in investing in the stock market to restaurants. We want to talk about that one. To being a landlord. We don't talk about that one. So it's just been special to see how dedicated you are to this, and to affirm that commitment today, and to a person with so much love to give as Katy has. is just really special. And I really love you guys, and I wish you the best. And I'm not going to say any more, so cheers. Next up is Jason, who is the self-described ill-fitting groomsman. Here's the mic.
Well, you can turn it down a little bit. Holy shit. Here, just gonna sit down here for a second. You know what? Bring 2 whiskeys. After I have 2 whiskeys, then I'll stop. I promise. All right. All right, I'll start. Okay, these guys, these 2. Has anybody known them longer than me? Probably not, right? It's probably, no, the 2 of them. The 2 of them. All right, I'll start with Kyle. My man, this guy. Probably the greatest problem solver that I have ever known. Also a good problem maker. But no, I've said this to a bunch of people. I don't know if I've ever said it to Kyle. He fixes things. He finds things and he gets to the bottom of it. You know, when we were in a band together, he says, you know, this is the way the song goes. We're going to play it like this. And I'm going to be like, just play it like this. It kind of goes that way. It's fine. And Kyle says, no, it goes like this. Play it like this. And he says, no. Just play it like this. We are in business together. Don't ask about it. It's fine. Yeah. Please invest in bars in Dallas. It's just going to go great, I promise you. But no, they would put a contract in front of us, and I would say, okay, it looks pretty good. And Kyle would look over every single page, every single thing, and say, this is the way that it's going to, he would look over everything about it. When he and Katy were, everything about it, I was like, you might have to take an L on this one, buddy. It seems like this one's not going to work out. And every single time he was like, no, I'm going to figure this out. And that seems to be what he has done. Oh, talk about Katy. All right. Don't make me talk about Katy because me and Katy, we've been through some stuff. We've been through some high school stuff. We've been through some college stuff. We've been through some grown-up, real-life stuff. We're not going to talk about that. That's fine, right? Right? Katy, I have never found somebody who is so dedicated to friendship, so dedicated, so true, so into it, so intense about her relationships. And I'm really thankful. I'm really thankful that you did it with this guy. Hang on, I have to rewind for a second. Katy, she called me and she said, "Hey, I want to come hang out again." And I said, "Okay, we're going to somebody's birthday party. You want to come out? You want to do the? And so we did all those things, and Katy called me the next day, and she's like, Kyle says he wants to start a band with me. He wants me to be the singer in his band. He's not just doing that so that we can be together, right? And I said, as somebody who was in a band with Kyle, I was like, Kyle is very, 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 he has high standards about who will sing in his bands. So there's no way he's just trying to get with you. Oh, they're telling me cheers. It feels like it's going bad. All right. So what's going to be the song? What's going to be the song we play? All right. No. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Hey, no. Thank you for making my man happy. Hang on. I'm not done.
Thank you, Jason. Next up is going to be Ambry, Katy's daughter.
Hi, Mom. So, for those of you who have recently met the bride, who have not yet gotten to know the bride very well, you will find that she is an amazing and extraordinary person, and my mom. And when she and Kyle were just friends and they weren't dating, me and Jack used to joke around and we'd say that he would be forever alone because my mom loved Captain America so much. And he wasn't having that today. So he kept pushing forward, and over the course of so many years, a lot of years, he finally became her husband, my stepdad, and her Captain America. Where do I get this?
I went too far backstage. Next up, we have sister of the bride, Kelly.
Okay, so, oh my goodness. Apparently Ambry's a little Katy. Perfect. When I think of Katy, I think of someone who is well organized, a planner of details and big picture, a perfectionist not because she aims for perfection, but because she is talented enough to achieve it. So when she told me she was getting married in less than 4 weeks, being shocked was an understatement. However, I knew she could achieve it. There is no doubt in my mind that you guys are not perfect for each other. You guys have already had so many ups and downs, and like two opposite magnets, you attract and come back together. No marriage is perfect, and I know you will have many more ups along with deep downs. And though Katy paid me to say, happy wife, happy life, just kidding. We all know the truth to marriage is love, compromise, and honesty. Here's to Katy and Kyle and their journey as an official family and their happily ever after.
Thank you. Next up, we have Katy's friend, bridesmaid, Jillian Pottberg.
Hi. My name's Jillian Pottberg. I've known Katy for about 5 years now. I was lucky enough to meet her dancing, and we soon discovered that we were both single moms who like to dance too much. So she's a wonderful dancer, and if you haven't seen her dance yet, you're in for a treat tonight. So Katy has a very famous phobia. Call it out if you know it. Katy is afraid of heights. Not afraid of heights like any normal person who doesn't want to die by falling from great heights, but Katy's actually legitimately afraid of heights. I've never actually seen this, but I've heard a lot of stories. She did Tough Mudder with my husband one year, and there was an obstacle where it was about, forgive me if I tell this wrong because I never actually saw this, but an obstacle where you had to climb over a large piece of wood. And I think you did it. She did it. Good job. But about 5 feet from the ground on the other side as she was about to finish, she froze and couldn't remove herself from the obstacle. So my husband and a friend had to pick her up and place her on the ground. And I know another story that Bonnie and Kat told me about when she went climbing one time with Ambry. You did it, right? You went all the way up, all the way down, but apparently Ambry is a mini Katy because Ambry went out and froze. But I remember, I think it was Kat and Bonnie telling me a story and just recounting like the heroic effort of a mother climbing up to save her daughter, coaching her back down the wall. And when they told me the story, they really, truly admired you for what you did because I think they knew just how afraid of heights Katy is. And I bring this up because I was kind of praying and asking God to tell me what he wanted me to say about Katy. And I just kept coming back to this word, courageous. And I feel like God just kind of gave me a glimpse of how brave you are, because my husband and I continue to climb, and I continue to invite Katy to climb, and she's never said, no, I'm not going, I'm afraid of heights. She always responds of, yes, I need to go get over my fear of heights. And that's just a really great example of who Katy is all around, as a mother, as a friend, as a homeschooler, as somebody who works compassionately with sick people all the time. She's all in and very intentional, and I've heard, a lot of people who have known you longer than me say the same thing about you. So I'm really happy for Kyle. I might be getting in trouble right now, but Kyle's proposed to Katy. This is, do you want to say it?
It's 4 times.
Yeah, and he was telling us about his dream journal that he kept as a high schooler. I'm making this up. But when he imagined getting married in high school, he had a crush on Katy, so he's always wanted to marry Katy. So I'm so happy for you, because Katy will never be content with the status quo. She will never stagnate in her love for you. She will always be open-heartedly pushing towards devotion and wholeness and health and goodness. So, good job keeping it up. I believe she's worth it, and I really think you're a really wonderful husband for her, and I'm very, very happy to see you. To the bride and groom.
Okay, don't go anywhere just yet. I think the bride and groom would like to say something to us, and then there will be, I think, cake.
Yes, something like
And then dancing. Hey, thanks everyone for coming, and thanks for sitting through the speeches, because that's my favorite part of a wedding. And I just want to tell everybody that came up here, thank you so much. You all mean so much to us, and you all have a place in our hearts that's etched in there pretty hard. So thank you, and thank you for everyone for listening to that. We really appreciate that you all are here. When we talked about doing a wedding, we talked about going to the courthouse, we talked about going to Vegas, and I'm thrilled that we ended up having all of the people that are most meaningful in our lives here with us today. So thank you for being here. Enjoy, have a great time. We're gonna dance, we're gonna party. So thank you.